Because
No,
I know the Brits.
I don't. But
The Brits really. Have you ever had like whiskey or one of those distilled spirits? Have you ever tried that?
actually, I mean, yes. I have tried spirits. Of course, I've tried spirits. We drink at 18 in the UK, but I'm actually legal to drink here now as well. It's worth mentioning. I'm 21.
Just flaunting it.
But yeah, no. Oh, this is so. I can't.
All you got to say. Did it happen? Did you have a shot of something? And did you look? You either
yes
did
no.
and you liked it, or you did and you didn't like it. What?
I mean, there are substances. I mean, whiskey. I'm dying here. Can we move on?
No,
I
wait a
don't want
minute.
to talk about.
Yes, let me help here. Have you ever had anything to drink?
Have I ever had anything to drink? Yes, I have.
Okay.
I've got very, very drunk once in my life, as everyone does.
That's all I'm looking for.
Everyone.
You know, that's all you wanted. Fine.
You're a witness.
I got drunk. I have been drunk. And I'll bow to that.
You ever had to take a leak on the subway?
So what the hell is going on here? What's the problem with saying, yeah, I drink, I don't drink, got drunk, I didn't get drunk, right?
Yeah, right.
The decider issue is, especially if it's DI at the top, IP, you can't show weakness to the tribe.
Ever.
And we'll get video typings of IPs that come through. I don't know what the ratio is. I'd say about half of them are pretty relaxed, they're pretty calm, they're pretty cool with us.
And pretty honest.
Yeah, and they get honest and they start to share who they really are. But I'd say that's less than half. Probably maybe 30% of them, 20% of them will play the weird IP game the whole 2-hour video.
The whole time.
And they'll be like, hello, my life. You're like,
yes.
okay, everybody's awkward at the beginning. An hour and 45 minutes later, you're like, you're still hiding behind this mask of you don't have any problems. You can't let the tribe see that you got drunk that one time because now you're not as awesome as we all thought you were.
Yes. And if it happens to fall in an area that they have a standard there for, where they see that as embarrassing and they don't want to be called out, they don't want anybody to see any imperfection ever. No blemishes ever.
The IP with the DI at the top, of the introverted function at the top, that's like the IJ saying I have to have complete control and no chaos.
Yes.
And you'll see some IJs go all in on that, where they're like a germaphobes and I can't have any chaos.
Right.
And a lot of them will kind of relax. And then if you have OI in the middle, you're very relaxed. You'll have a flow of oh yeah, there's some chaos and that's okay.
Right.
But you'll see some IJs are like, I cannot allow any chaos or my whole thing crumbles down.
Right.
And you kind of see that with the DI at the top as well.
So it's really fun to do that and add that on.
Yeah, crazy old Maurice was
Maurice,
building like a wood cutting machine.
Yeah, but now it's Belle. Belle's creating this mad. She essentially creates
guy.
a prototype for the first washing machine,
Tell
so
me
that
about
instead of
the
having to
thing.
do the washing herself, she can sit and read while her machine is taking care of it.
It's a barrel with a thing that
With a
attaches to a donkey.
that pulls it around. I know, it's a whole thing.
Donkey-powered washing machine.
Yeah, donkey-powered washing machine.
That's also a really traumatic scene in the film because she doesn't just invent this thing that starts washing the clothes in the public square. She's using her spare time to teach another small girl to read. And then the villagers come and, I don't want to give away too much, but they destroy her machine. There's an anti-intellectualism in this village, which you get from her song.
Anti-intellectual.
Yeah.
And they labeled me.
Provincial life, but you really get a sense of it in this movie. They're hostile to her bringing
Intelligence.
change and her intelligence. They don't think women should read.
They don't think women should read, and it goes further than that, which is really interesting that you picked up on that, which is that they're deeply suspicious of intelligence and anyone that is going beyond that, and they don't like anything that's foreign, unknown, that might be beyond their realm of experience. And so they really do, it's breaking the washing machine is symbolic of not just them, breaking something she spent hours working on, but them really trying to break her spirit and trying to push her and mold her into a more acceptable version of herself. I think that happens a lot with women and a lot with young girls, where it's like, oh, that's nice, but why don't we just push you this way a little bit? And
Why don't you do what's expected or
yeah,
traditional?
we prefer this aspect of your personality. Let's cultivate that area or that sort of thing that you're good at, and let's just push that side a little bit.
So you got your ENTP guy there doing the classic ENTP story.
Yeah.
The thing, and they were trying to control you, and then intellectualism.
Yeah.
Just the same old fucking ENTP racket, right?
Right.
But notice the two DIs, both in their different way, they're
Yes.
both having the story of, oh my God, the tribe is out to get me.
Yes.
The tribe is an angry mob that doesn't see me, doesn't accept me, doesn't like me. Whatever I'm working on that's really cool. If you're an EP, you're working on some machine or some control chaos machine.
Right.
And they're going to come wreck your shit and label you and lock you out and control and stop inventing stuff.
Right.
And
Also,
then if you're an IP, it's going to be, we just don't like you.
yeah, and also another part of a thread of story that they were having the same conversation about. Usually a lot of times you'll see people completely missing each other.
They weren't completely
They
missing.
weren't completely missing each other. Technically, they were having the same conversation
Some
about...
overlap.
Yes.
So you're saying some overlap with an ENTP.
Right, but what was fascinating is one was having kind of an observer
Right,
lean to the
right.
conversation, and the other was having kind of a decider lean to the conversation.
You may have been hinting at N a little bit there
Yes.
earlier.
Question mark.
I hope they'll feel the warmth of a movie that was made with so much love
Oh my
and
God.
was made with so much care.
Stop it.
And that just feels like that warm hug of
Oh,
childhood.
God. Nope.
Of like, I want it to feel Christmassy and celebratory, and
Celebratory.
there's so much beauty in it and so much depth. And I hope that it sounds
You done.
cheesy, but I'm going to
change
have
the
to do
oil
it
on your
because
car.
I hope it gives people hope. That's how I felt when I read the book and when I watched the film. Was it just made me feel good that families like that existed and that those values were important still.
We get it. All right, you don't have to spell out your fucking type. Okay, that's what you call savior feeling. Just, oh my God. Priorities, values, likes, communicates with the emotions, the whole goddamn thing.
In case you weren't sure if feeling versus thinking was real, there it was. Real incarnate.
And therefore, the flip side is going to be hard of getting things done, making it work. We're seeing that with the thinkers. They prefer jobs that are hard, challenging. They'll work in science, engineering, something to where they've got to like figure out and solve puzzles all day.
Right.
And the feelers, it's more of like art or creativity or helping people. Something you could just bullshit your way through. Is the old lady happy? Yep, I took care of her bedpan. Everything's fine. Everybody's happy. That's happy. Easy work. Happy, they're happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where like the
totally.
T, it's like, no, like you either changed the thing, you got it to work, or you didn't.
Right.
No,
Can we
no.
put at least a question mark on the N side? Because that was also a lot of like, oh my God, amount of
What were you seeing
childhood
there?
hugging.
Just hippie talk?
The entire thing was NF hippie talk. Like
No, it wouldn't be far off. She
hugs and
plays an NF.
fart
like,
gas. And
she plays a goddamn elf or something, right? So, in an NF
a
kind of
witch.
book.
Yeah, she's
She's a witch.
she's the cleverest witch there ever was.
Of course.
or
I mean, that
whatever
was
the
my
hell.
initial bias. It's obviously the cleverest witch I've ever seen.
Why did you choose to attend Brown?
Because
What's the reasons?
I loved its kind of liberal approach to an education,
No.
and I loved the sense of community that there is there and the anonymity that I have over in the States. I just think it has just such a great atmosphere. I don't know,
Vibe.
I really love it. It feels like home now.
Okay,
Vibe.
So there's your reasons. Why'd you choose that college?
Cause good vibe.
Yeah.
Those are enough reasons.
Now, there's a videotape that, I don't know, somebody here on the show found this. This is like an outtake from the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I would encourage people to watch very closely, watch Emma's lips very closely here throughout this, because I'll ask you to explain this to me.
A stone that makes gold and stops you from dying. No wonder Snape's after it. Anyone would want it. Something doesn't make sense. If all Snape wants is the Sorcerer's Stone, why did he try and kill you during the Quidditch match?
You're helping them with their lines.
You laugh. This is actually quite traumatic for me because I created issues because of this.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What
because
issues?
I would ruin takes. Chris would be like, "Cut, Emma, you're doing it again. You're mouthing dance lines." And I'd be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, so sorry. Oh, I feel so bad." But like, I couldn't help myself. It was like I was such a loser. I
Getting
really
weird.
love those books. I really wanted to do my job well, and I kind of overdid it.
Don't worry about it. Guillermo does that with me all the time. When I go off script, he corrects me. You can see he hides it with his mustache. You know, if you had a mustache, it probably wouldn't have been noticeable to anybody. So,
Oh.
well, hey, congratulations on all your success.
There you go. There's a double decider trying to say, hey, I do it too. And let's hide behind the thing. If you just had a mustache like the other guy did.
Right.
Let's not get weird. Don't knock yourself down too far.
That is what is so beautiful about Double Decider.